Salut à toutes et à tous, c'est Max pour Mouv 13 Actu. Aujourd'hui, je pars à la rencontre du réalisateur et de la productrice de Coco, le nouveau film de Pixar qui sort le 29 novembre au cinéma.
Viens, Dante, dépêche-toi. Faut pas qu'on m'entende. Je sais, je devrais pas aimer la musique, mais c'est plus fort que moi.
Les musiciens sont égoïstes et irresponsables. Pas de musique. Pas de musique.
Lee Unkrich, I'm the director of Coco.
I'm Darla Anderson. I am the producer of Coco.
Toy Story 3 was 7 years ago. What happened since
Coco.
Mostly making Coco, because we spent 6 years making Coco. It's really only maybe the last third of that 6 years that was spent actually getting the movie made. The first 4 years were primarily just hashing out the story. I think the great thing about Pixar is that we do make sequels occasionally, but we also have a rich history of telling original stories. And in this case, that was the next challenge that I wanted to take on personally. I had always been fascinated by the colorful folk art and all the imagery of the skeletons and the odd juxtaposition of ideas of death, but portrayed in a very colorful way, a very celebratory way.
I grew up in Los Angeles and then in San Francisco, and both areas that I lived in were Latino and Mexican, and so I've always been attracted to this idea of celebrating your family and staying connected.
These ideas of the obligation that we as the living have to remember the dead and to remember their stories and pass their stories along to the next generation. And that, to me, was the key to us starting to figure out what this movie would be about.
J'ai jamais vu un squelette qui ait cette démarche.
Vous marchez comme ça, hein.
Pas du tout.
Et voilà, Coco, le nouveau Pixar, ça sort le 29 novembre au cinéma. Je vous le recommande, c'est une super réussite.
Vous écoutez Mouv. Mouv.